if Cody keeps saying
I'm
things.
not going to go that far. I got big test for the Cardinals. I don't know. You know, again, Quinlan Carroll is going to have to play in this game. And he's got bone chips in his knees, folks. I mean, this is not an easy thing to come around.
And if we want to keep viewers, just remember that we both picked East Jeff last year as well.
Yeah.
And that didn't turn out well. I mean, it turned out great.
The only difference would be is if we were college game day, we'd put big heads of Warriors on us, and then because that's the same thing that happens with Lee Corso most of the time.
If you've ever seen that East Jeff Warrior, that is one of the ugliest mascots.
I like the mascot. The uniform? You talking about the mascot?
I'm talking about the mascot with the big. It always looks very crooked. I see it. You see it in the Mardi Gras parades with the band.
That's because it's probably a heavy head.
I'm sure. But maybe their big heads will tumble and Belchase can take it. Again, we don't think so. We're both picking East Jeff in that game.
Yeah, but, Coach Salter Formaggio, and I can tell you what, a good chess match between Coach Salt, Coach Myers, and Coach Harrison, and whoever the defensive coordinator is for East Jeff.
Whose name is not nearly as fun to say as
Salter Formaggio.
So.
Well, that's our picks, folks, as you see it on the screen. As we got the little fancy check marks. Jason's answers are in green. Mine are in red. Of course, green for Shaw, red for Belchase. And you can also compete against us for this, where you go to our website, www.plaqueminesprep.webs.com. Go to our email and email us, which is
prep@yahoo.com.
Once again, that's
prep@yahoo.com.
Or you can tweet Jason tweet Jason on Prep Rewind, which is it's at
Prep Rewind. If you really want to tweet me personally, it's at Jason_Tonglet.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. I make negative comments all day.
We almost have 70 followers.
That's more than me.
70 followers. So if you're not a follower, you should follow. And if you are, we appreciate it. Once again, we pretty much that's going to wrap it. I mean, just a few notes. James Wright. It started for LSU.
Looked really good in that Washington game.
You know, we wrote about it in our article on Plaquemines Bargain Plus, the website. I mean the newspaper, and then of course you can hear the Belchase games while I'm just thinking a bunch of things. You can hear the Belchase games on BayouSportsNetwork.com, which you can see on the bottom of the screen. But yeah, James Wright, it's nice to hear Dan Bornay when he calls out the starters. He says starting wide receiver number 82, James Wright. And you look on the Jumbotron, it says Belchase, Louisiana. So,
and he didn't really have, a lot of the unsung hero receivers. I know Cadron Boone had the touchdown. And there really wasn't much of a passing game in that opening game against North Texas. But if you watch that Washington game, I believe the opening drive or the second drive of the game, you saw James Wright involved early and often in that offense.
And they had a lot of people, of course, because I'm an LSU fan, they had a lot of people screaming for them to throw the ball to him a little more. Hopefully they'll do it, but he was the leading receiver. Rocky Duplessis got in that game. He was not in the first game, so he saw a lot of action on the kickoff team in this. And at halftime, Toshika Sylvester, who's part of that national champion LSU track and field team, they were honored. So a lot of Plaquemines Parish, actually Rocky, originally from down the road, Toshika from Phoenix, and James Wright, who played for Belchase. I mean, so Plaquemines all around at the LSU game, which was celebrated. And we're going to see everybody probably in 2 weeks, right, Jason?
Should be in 2 weeks. We'll have a very similar show. We'll talk about weeks 5 and 6, I believe it is.
Recap 3 and 4. Preview 5 and 6.
Make our picks. We'll have a whole new trivia question for you. We'll have another big plate of food from Salvo's. Once again, thanks to the people at Salvo's for the fine dining that we will enjoy after we're off the air.
And all of our sponsors who you've seen actually at the beginning of the show and at the end of the show. And that's going to be a wrap, right, Jason?
That's
so
it.
Go ahead and you've been dying.
I
get
will
some more food.
Go back to eating.
And for Jason Tonglet, Carl Johnson behind the camera, and myself, Cody Juno, and for Salvo's, thank you, everybody, and good night. And remember, stay classy. That includes you. Plaquemines Prep Rewind is proudly sponsored by Deltona Electric and Air Conditioning. We'll fix it in a flash. Reed McClellan with Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Custom Stitches, Embroidery, and Advertising, your one-stop shop for all your promotional needs. Lori Spar Insurance, your independent agent for Plaquemines Parish. Microtel Inn and Suites,
designed for a better stay where you're home away from home this season. Newman Crane, 3 locations and 24-hour crane service. Plaquemines Bargain Plus. Read us online at www.bargainsplusnow.com. Razor's Edge Salon and Spa, a full-service salon. Rotolo's, the official pizzeria of Plaquemines Prep. And Tony Plummer with State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.